Okay, the first thing you'll have to do is to remove the bolts and take the seat off, and they're right here and right here. Mine are already out, so I'll move on. After that, simple matter to get a hold of the seat, pick up on the back, pull the seat towards the back, and it comes right off. You can set it aside. So I've gathered up a few tools so I can do a number of things across this side. First thing I'm going to do is to remove the spark plug. So I'll get a hold of the spark plug ignition lead, pull that off, and then spark plug socket. You might have to use the one in your toolkit. I have a 19 on here. I'm guessing it's probably an 18 deep socket that you'll need. The standard 5/8 doesn't fit on there, or the standard 13/16. Okay, you probably pulled your plug before, so that's no big deal. Okay, set that aside. Next thing we'll do is loosen the clamp for the exhaust header, and that's a 6mm Allen wrench. You don't have to take it all the way out, just break it loose and loosen it up a little bit, and that'll be plenty. Next, I'll pull this side cover off. It's not absolutely necessary, but it just gets things out of the way so you don't have to fight it later on. Okay, I've got an oversized tank, so I don't have the little doodad that slips into, but there's a couple of grommets down here at the bottom. You just pull on the side cover and it comes right off. Sorry, that's kind of dirty, but oh well. Alright, next I'm going to pull the fuel tank. First thing I'll do is just go ahead and pull this small bolt out of the back of the tank. And that's a 10mm socket to do that. You'll use a 10mm for quite a few things on this. Okay, pull the mounts off, set them aside. And you of course want to have a can or something to put all your bolts and parts into. I'm just using my side cover here for the moment. Okay, next thing we need to do is unhook the fuel line. And I just have a zip tie on mine, so I'm just going to cut that off. That's off. Oh, got to make sure the fuel is off. And then pull that loose. I'm just going to stick a punch in there to keep the excess fuel from running out. Now, simply a matter of getting a hold of the fuel tank. You pick up on it. And of course you got to unhook the side cover, pull back, and up and away. Okay, next we need to pull that side cover, and that'll require a Phillips screwdriver. There's two Phillips screws right here. There's one. Wow, that one's tight. Okay, that one's going to require a little persuasion, it looks like. I don't know why it ended up being that tight. Okay, and then that just pulls off. Okay, now I'm going to finish removing the exhaust head pipe, and you'll need a 5mm Allen wrench for that. Okay, maybe this is not the best tool for that. You can get it loose, you can twist it out with your fingers. There's one. And there's the other. And just a little pull on the head pipe, comes right out. Alright, next we want to get the carburetor out of the way. You can see here's the bolt that holds the front boot to the cylinder head, or to the cylinder, I guess. No, it's to the head. Anyway, we can't really get to that because the carburetor's in the way. So we need to loosen the clamp at each end of the carburetor. Just a Phillips head screwdriver. And that allows us to pivot the carburetor enough so that we can get an Allen wrench in there. Now the Allen wrenches I've been using are too big and clunky for this, so we'll have to use a smaller one. Requires a little bit of finagling. That cam chain tensioner's right in my way. There we go. But I run into that, so I'll move it out of the way. Wrong one. I actually loosened the lock nut, and I just want to move this boot out of the way so I have a little more play to turn my Allen wrench. There we go. Pretty tight, so I'll use a small wrench as a cheater. Okay. I'm going to go to the other side and break it loose, and then I'll finish pulling those out. Okay, this one's a little more difficult to get to, so I'm going to pull it out first, and then I'll finish pulling that one on the other side. I'm a little bit of a klutz, so please forgive me. Just once it's loose, it should twist out with your fingers. If not, you'll just have to persevere with your Allen wrench. Okay, there's one. And there's the other. Now, swing that away from you, and then pull the carburetor up. Make sure you don't lay it on anything that might cause a spark. Sparks and gas don't mix very well. In fact, it's probably not a bad idea to unhook your battery before you start all this. Okay, there's the carburetor out of the way, and obviously you need to be careful you don't get dirt into those open holes.